cut it down. And if I had an axe, if I go out in my backyard and I pick up my axe and I go to that tree and I swing 5 times, put the axe down. Next day, go out, pick up the axe, go to the very same tree, 5 times, I swing. Just 5. Every day. Put the axe down. Next day, pick up the axe, go to the very same tree, swing 5 times. Put the axe down. Go in my backyard the next day, pick up the axe, go to the very same tree, and every day, I'm swinging just 5 times. Not 15, not 50, not 500, just every day, just 5 times. Let me ask you a question. If every day I go in my backyard, pick up the axe, go to the same tree, and swing 5 times at that tree, what is eventually going to happen to that tree? That tree will eventually what? It'll eventually fall. Now, if it's kind of a small tree, it may take a few months for it to fall. If it's a big tree, it could take a few years. But here's what I know. If every day I pick up the axe, go to the same tree, and if I swing 5 times at that tree, eventually that tree will fall. It's the power of 5. Now, that simple illustration teaches us 5 things about priorities. Number 1, you have to know what you want to accomplish. In the story, what do I want to accomplish? I want to cut down that tree. You have to know what you want to accomplish. All of your priorities begin with having a very specific goal, purpose in mind. You have to know what you want to accomplish. Number 2, you have to have the right tool. An axe. An axe cuts the wood. What would happen if instead of having the right tool, an axe, I would go in my backyard and I would pick up a baseball bat. And I'd go over to that tree and I'd swing 5 times. I mean, just as hard as I would swing with the axe, just faithfully, diligently, every day. Can I tell you something? The tree doesn't fall. Is the tree not falling because I don't work hard? No. Does the tree not fall because I don't know what I want to accomplish? No. The tree doesn't fall because I don't have the right tool. So I have to know what I want to accomplish. I have to make sure that I prioritize my life and have the right tool to accomplish what my goal is. Number 3, have to stay focused. Every day, I went to the same tree. Every day, same tree, 5 times. Now, what would have happened if the second day I went out, picked up the axe, and I looked over and I said, oh my, there's another tree. And the next day I went out and said, oh my gosh, there's another one over there. Oh, there's one over there. There's one over there. Oh, yeah.
Preach it! Preach it!
I never cut down the tree. Couldn't stay focused. I don't cut down a tree, I just have a bunch of scarred trees in my yard. You have to know what you want to accomplish. You have to have the right tool. You have to stay focused. Number 4, you have to take action. I took the axe, went to the same tree, and I swung the axe. Can I tell you something? Nothing happens till I swing the axe. You got to take action. It's amazing to me How many people think that if they just have good intentions, they'll be successful? Oh my gosh. So they put the dream on the refrigerator.
Yes.
The dream on the refrigerator never builds the business. You see, dreams are free, but the journey isn't.
Yes.
The reason people don't reach their dreams is because they have to do something. They have to take good intentions and turn it into good actions, and nothing happens until we have good actions. Know what you want to accomplish. Have the right tool. Stay focused. Take action. Number 5. Be consistent. You've got to be consistent. Did you notice in the story? Every day. 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 People ask me all the time. By the way, consistency compounds. So people ask me, John, how did you write 82 books? I'm going to give you my secret. First of all, I don't use a computer. I use a legal pad and a 4-color pen. I still write all my books out by hand. And let me give you the secret. There's a secret of writing 82 books. Now watch this. Here's how I write every book. This is amazing. Here's how I write every book. You see, I have a rule of 5 for writing. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. Guess what I do every day? Every day I read, every day I think, every day I file, every day I ask questions, every day I write. You say, John, excuse me. I'm trying to take good notes here. What do you mean by every day? What do you do on your birthday? Guess what I do on my birthday? Every birthday, I read, think, file, ask questions, write. What do you do? What do you do at Christmas? Guess what I do at Christmas? Every Christmas, I read, think, file, ask questions, write. What do you do on vacation? Every vacation? Every day, read, think, file, ask questions. What do you do when you're sick? Read, think, file, ask questions, write. How will they know when you die? I won't read, think, file, ask questions. Bury him. You see, Consistency is the most underrated word in the English language. I mean, if somebody sat down at the table with you and said, I so admire you and what you do at Young Living, and let me just tell you the thing I admire the very most about you. And so they sit down with you and they start talking about the qualities and the attributes you have. And if the first thing they say about you is the thing I really admire about you is you're so, God, you're just so consistent. It's very disappointing, isn't it? It's not a sexy word.
Nope, not sexy at
You
all.
were hoping brilliant, genius, creative. You've got a whole list of adjectives, and consistent wasn't one of them. Huge. Huge. If you take the power of 5 and apply it to your business and put in the essentials. What are the essentials? Everything, every day. What are the 5 essentials that I need to do every day to be successful in this business? It's not easy. You got to take a little bit of time and say, what are the, and by the way, if you don't have to do it every day, it's not essential. What do you have to do every day to build this business? What's your power of 5? What are the 5 things that if you do it, that just brings incredible power to you and to what you're doing and to the lives of people that you're helping with? This is all about priorities. Huge. So I said, okay, I'm going to write on relationships. I'm going to write on attitude. I'm going to write on how to equip and train people. I'm going to help people understand that activity is not necessarily accomplishment. If I had another hour, I would talk to you about the 3 R's. What's required of me, what gives me my greatest return, and what gives me my greatest reward. Huge questions. Huge questions in being able to prioritize yourself and your business here so that you'll be highly, highly successful. Then I said, number 5, I'm going to write about personal growth and development. I'm going to help people grow themselves. You see, if I could come off the stage and if I could just sit down with you and we'd have just a one-on-one conversation, I would ask you 2 questions about you in this business. And these 2 questions would be absolutely huge in determining how successful you're going to be. Question number 1 is, what are you doing to develop yourself? What is your personal growth plan? You see, my mentor, Kurt Kattmeyer, asked that question of me at a breakfast at the Holiday Inn in Lancaster, Ohio, when I was 25.
Ohioans.
A couple people made it from Lancaster, I can tell. He said, John, what is your plan for growth? I didn't have a plan for growth. Didn't know I was supposed to have a plan for growth. Nobody had told me I was supposed to have a plan for growth. I was just working hard. And so when I told him I didn't have a plan for growth, he looked at me and he said these words that changed my life. He said, John, growth is not automatic. You don't automatically get better. Listen to me. You automatically get older. You don't automatically get better. He said if you're going to grow, you're going to have to grow intentionally. And that changed my life. And for the next 6 months, I went to all my friends and I said, do you have a growth plan? I didn't have any friends that had a growth plan. They were like me. They had no clue they were supposed to have a growth plan. It took me about 6 months to figure it out. And I developed a growth plan for myself. I growth planned it for 50 years now, basically. I've been doing it. When you personally keep growing yourself, you increase your capacity. And when you increase your capacity, you see, the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to get better is that you're growing today. The only guarantee. And so I not only sat down and developed a growth plan, I sat down and I ask myself, what is a growth environment? Because I've got to put myself in a growth environment because I belong to an organization, not a great one like you do. I belong to an organization that wasn't growing. And people that weren't growing. Their idea of progress was moving backwards slowly. So I had to sit down and I had to write down. In fact, I keep it. I keep it on my iPhone. And I look at it all the time. I keep looking at it. Because I've got to keep myself in a growth environment. For example, I'm not going to give you all of them, but a growth environment is a place where other people are ahead of me.
Yes.
In other words, I'm around people that are bigger than I am, better than I am, faster than I am, more successful than I am. Let me put it this way. If you're at the head of the class, you're in the wrong class. You don't stretch when you're at the head of the class. You start teaching seminars. You become an expert. You see, every month, I have learning lunches. Every month. I take somebody to lunch every month that's better, bigger, faster, more successful than me. And I buy their lunch, and I don't even eat lunch. I just ask questions. And I just ask them the questions. I have 7 questions I ask them, and they teach me, and I learn from them, and I keep growing. And how do I keep growing? I keep growing by being around people bigger, better, faster, smarter than I am. This is huge. Growth environment is a place where I'm out of my comfort zone, where I'm stretching, where I wake in the morning and I've got to climb a mountain. I've got something big in front of me. I don't wake up with a yawn. I'm not bored with life. I'm challenged with life. So many things. I wrote a book called The 15 Laws of Growth.
Excellent book.
Okay. The people that just made that little noise are truly the great growing people in this business.
Woo!
And there was one other area I said I've got to write about. And that is I've got to write about leadership. And I'm going to spend the rest of my time, about 43 minutes. I'm going to spend the rest of my time on leadership, okay?